What if depression isn't a rare condition anymore, but something that could affect half the population within your lifetime? That may sound extreme, but the trend already points in that direction. Among people over 60, roughly 10% have experienced depression. For those around 45, it rises to about 20%. And in people in their mid-20s, it's closer to 25%. If this pattern continues, we could be heading toward a future where 1 in 2 people experience depression by the time they reach later adulthood. That's not just a statistic, it's a warning. So what changed? If you compare life today with life a few decades ago, the difference is dramatic. Earlier generations lived without smartphones, constant internet access, or social media. Their days involved more physical movement, more face-to-face interaction, and fewer instant rewards. Today, we live in a world of convenience, stimulation, and constant digital engagement. And that mismatch between modern life and the environment humans evolved in plays a major role in rising depression rates. The encouraging part is this: if lifestyle contributes to depression, then changing how we live can help reduce it. Psychologist Stephen Ilardi and his research team identified 6 key lifestyle factors that significantly impact mental health. They're simple, practical, and backed by evidence. The first is movement. In the past, people didn't need to exercise because activity was built into daily life. Now many of us spend most of our time sitting. This shift has serious consequences. Research found that moderate activity, such as 30 minutes of brisk walking a few times a week, can be just as effective in improving mood. People who relied on exercise were less likely to relapse than those who relied only on medication. Exercise boosts brain chemicals like dopamine and serotonin naturally. It also improves energy, physical health, and confidence. It's one of the most powerful habits you can adopt. The second factor is nutrition, especially omega-3 fatty acids. These essential fats must come from your diet and play a key role in brain function. Modern diets tend to be heavily imbalanced, with far more omega-6 fats than omega-3 south. This imbalance creates a pro-inflammatory state linked to depression. Increasing omega-3 intake has been shown to improve mood and overall health. Mental health is deeply connected to physical health. Third is sunlight. Exposure to natural light helps your body produce vitamin D, which supports immune function and brain health. But sunlight also regulates your circadian rhythm. Spending most of the day indoors and using artificial light late at night can disrupt this system, leading to fatigue, poor sleep, and mood instability. Even a short period of sunlight each day can help restore balance. That leads directly to the fourth factor, sleep. Sleep is not just rest, it's essential for emotional regulation. Irregular sleep patterns are one of the strongest predictors of depression. It's not only about how much you sleep, but also consistency. Simple habits like reducing screen time before bed, sticking to a regular schedule, and staying active can significantly improve sleep quality and mental health. The fifth factor is reducing rumination. Rumination is the tendency to dwell on negative thoughts, replay past mistakes, or overanalyze problems. While reflection can be useful, excessive rumination traps you in a cycle of negativity. One reason this has become more common is increased isolation. The solution isn't to force your mind to stop thinking, that rarely works, but to redirect your attention. Engaging activities like hobbies, social events, or learning new skills can help. The sixth and perhaps most important factor is social connection. Humans are naturally wired for connection. For most of history, we lived in close-knit communities with constant interaction. Today, much of that has been replaced by digital communication. While convenient, it doesn't offer the same emotional or biological benefits as face-to-face interaction. Strong relationships reduce stress, improve mental health, and even increase lifespan. On the other hand, social isolation has been linked to serious negative effects, including changes in brain function. Building meaningful connections takes effort, but it's one of the most valuable investments you can make. When you look at these 6 factors, movement, nutrition, sunlight, sleep, mental engagement, and social connection, they all share something in common. They were naturally part of human life for thousands of years. As modern lifestyles have moved away from these fundamentals, the depression rates have increased. The takeaway isn't that modern life is bad, it's that it requires intention. We have to actively bring these elements back into our routines. There's no single quick fix for depression, but there are powerful habits that can reduce its impact and, in many cases, help prevent it. Start small. You don't need to change everything at once. Go for a short walk, spend a little time in the sun, improve your sleep routine, or reconnect with someone. Even one small change can begin to shift how you feel. Because while the statistics may seem concerning, they also highlight something important. We have more control than we think.